street food vendor fed homeless triplets every day. Years later, 3 Rolls-Royces pulled up to her food stand, and every single person who once mocked her fell silent. How does a woman go from being pitied to being honored? Stay with me, because this isn't just a story about poverty. It's about betrayal, about loss, and about a kind of love so powerful it rewrites destiny. Years ago, a tired woman in a faded apron serving rice from a dented steel pot on the corner of a busy street. She had nothing, no home, no family, no hope, but she had a choice, and that choice would change everything. But before we dive in, I need you to do 3 things for me right now. First, subscribe to Regular Stories and turn on that notification bell, because once you hear this story, you'll want to see every single one we have waiting for you. Second, give this video a like. It takes 1 second and it means the world. Third, comment your country down below before we continue. Let me know where you're watching from. I want to know who's hearing this story with me. Okay, let's begin. Her name was Eleanor Price. Once, in another part of the city, she was Ellie Thompson, a woman with a small terraced house, a steady husband, and dreams that felt reachable. Her husband, Graham, worked long hours in logistics. He wasn't flashy, but he was steady, gentle, the kind of man who'd kiss her forehead before leaving for work. They wanted children, desperately. Month after month passed, negative tests, polite smiles at baby showers, silent tears in bathrooms. And then came the comments. Graham's mother, Margaret, sharp-tongued, unimpressed, would lean across the table and say things like, "Some women just aren't built for motherhood." You know how words linger? How they echo long after the speaker leaves the room? Ellie began to shrink inside herself. Was she not enough? Then, just when hope finally flickered, when 2 pink lines appeared on a quiet Tuesday afternoon, everything shattered. A motorway accident, rain, a lorry that didn't brake in time. Graham died before the ambulance arrived. Ellie miscarried 2 days later. Have you ever lost 2 futures in 1 week? She did. And Margaret? Instead of comfort, she brought blame. If you hadn't dragged him away for that seaside trip. Ellie stopped defending herself. What was the point? For a year, she moved like a ghost, until one afternoon, in the middle of her numb existence, a stranger dropped his wallet near a train station. It was thick, heavy, stuffed with cash. She could have walked away. No one would have known. But she ran after him instead. He turned out to be a small property developer, grateful, insistent. He pressed reward money into her hands despite her protests. Use it, he told her. Start something. And that's how the food cart began. Not glamorous, not Instagram-worthy. Just hot stew, fresh bread, and tea. Every day, rain or shine. 3 years later, she saw them. Under a railway bridge during a freezing November drizzle. 3 identical faces, mud-streaked, hollow-cheeked, shivering. 3 boys, about 9. She almost kept walking. She had nothing extra to give. But then the smallest one coughed, a deep, frightening cough, and something inside Ellie snapped. 15 steps away, she stopped. Have you ever felt your heart override your fear? She turned back. When did you last eat? She asked. Silence. That was answer enough. Their names were Callum, Rowan, and Ryan. Their parents had died within months of each other, and Uncle disappeared with insurance money. The system failed them. They slipped between cracks no one bothered sealing. Ellie didn't sign papers, didn't make speeches. She just started feeding them. At first it was leftovers after the cart closed, then breakfast, then school uniforms, then homework at a tiny rented flat with peeling paint and one working radiator. She worked 14-hour days. Her hands cracked in winter. Her back ached constantly. Some nights, she ate toast so the children could have proper dinners. Did they know? Of course they did. But children carry pride differently. By 15, the triplets were brilliant. Callum sketched buildings obsessively. Rowan dismantled broken radios and rebuilt them. Ryan devoured biology textbooks like novels. Ellie was proud. But something shifted. They grew distant. Short answers, avoided eye contact, whispers that stopped when she entered the room. Was it teenage moodiness or something darker? Then one morning, they were gone. No note, no explanation, just 3 empty beds. Imagine waking up to silence where laughter used to be. She called police, schools, hospitals, nothing. Weeks became months. Then the whispers began. She drove them away. She was unstable. She was never their real mother. And the cruelest part? The rumors came from someone she trusted. Her closest friend, Claire, who had quietly fed the children doubts. She's using you. She's broken. You deserve better. Seeds of suspicion grow fast in young minds. Ellie didn't know. She just endured the stares. Again. After 6 months of searching, she moved across the city. Started over. Again. Now pause here. What do you think happened to those children? Did they vanish into statistics? Or did life have one more twist waiting? The truth? They didn't run toward freedom. They ran toward proving something. They were angry, not at Ellie, but at poverty, at watching her sacrifice everything. 2 weeks after leaving, a retired entrepreneur named Alistair Green noticed them repairing broken equipment behind a warehouse. He saw talent, raw, furious talent. He offered mentorship, work for him, study at night, earn scholarships. They said yes, and they did not waste it. Callum became an architect. Rowan founded a renewable tech firm. Ryan qualified as a surgeon. By 25, they weren't just successful, they were wealthy, respected, invited to speak on panels. But every achievement echoed with one thought. Where is she? Did she think we abandoned her? Did she believe the lies? Guilt is louder than applause. It took private investigators 6 months to find her. Different neighborhood, older, thinner, still serving stew from a modest stall, still kind to every customer, still alone. They didn't rush to her immediately. Instead, they bought a restaurant property first, designed it themselves. Glass walls, warm lighting, a kitchen bigger than her entire flat. They named it quietly, Second Chance. And then the Rolls-Royces arrived. The day they pulled up, the market froze. Vendors stared, phones came out. 3 sharply dressed adults stepped out. They walked toward the stall. Ellie didn't recognize them at first, until Ryan said softly, "Mom." Not Eleanor, not Miss Price. Mom. Her ladle slipped from her hand. Time does strange things in moments like that. You blink, and you're looking at children and strangers at the same time. They apologized, not with grand speeches, with trembling voices. We were angry. We listened to the wrong person. We thought we were protecting you. We were wrong. Ellie didn't ask about the money, didn't ask about the cars. She asked only one thing. "Are you safe?" They nodded. She broke. Not elegantly, not gracefully, she sobbed in the middle of the pavement. When they showed her the restaurant, she refused at first. "I don't need luxury." But Rowan smiled. "You taught us something. Kindness is an investment. This is the return." The opening night made headlines. Local papers ran the story. The same neighborhood that once pitied her now queued for reservations. And Claire? She came too, expecting anger, receiving forgiveness. But not friendship. Because forgiveness frees you. It doesn't always restore access. Years later, when Ellie turned 70, the park where she first met the triplets hosted a community celebration. Scholarship recipients spoke, former employees thanked her, families she'd fed shared stories. Callum raised a glass and said, "She didn't give us money. She gave us belief." Ryan added, "She chose us when she had nothing." And Rowan finished, "One act of kindness built 3 empires." Ellie looked at the crowd, at her children, at their children, and for the first time she understood something powerful. The worst week of her life had not destroyed her story, it had redirected it. So here's the question I want you to sit with. When life strips everything away, what choice will you make? Bitterness or kindness? Because somewhere out there, someone's future might be parked just around the corner, waiting for a bowl of stew. Thank you for watching. And remember, subscribe to Regular Stories, like this video, comment, and check out the 100+ stories we have waiting for you. Because every story has a lesson. Every story has the power to change someone's life.